Hey guys, welcome back again. So in this video, let's see that how do we create a pop-up menu inside a recycler view. So as we can see, this is a very basic recycler view application in which we have a list of Marvel movies, and then we have an icon here or this image button. Whenever we click this image button here, we see that we are getting this pop-up menu. So that's what we are going to do in this video, that is to show this pop-up menu inside our recycler view. And if you don't know that how to create a recycler view, then I have a video about how to create a recycler view, so you can go and watch that video, because in this video I'm assuming that you know that how to create a recycler view, and in this video you will be only getting to know that how to create this pop-up menu. And if you want to follow along, you can go to this GitHub repo where I have created this branch that is called starter project, and you can start using that branch that is called starter project, and you can follow along with me. And in this starter project I have created a very basic recycler view. So let's go to Android Studio, and here I'm inside my starter project. So as we can see here that we have a main activity, then we have a recycler adapter class, and then inside the drawable folder we have this icon here, that is the more vertical icon. And now as the layout goes, we have this activity main.xml file in which we have a recycler view with an ID of recycler view. And here I have the layout manager set as the linear layout manager. And now let's go to the recycler row.xml file, and here it's a very basic recycler row in which we have a text view with an ID of text view which shows us the name of the movie, and then we have this image button with an ID of image button. And now let's go to the main activity here, and here what I've done is that I have initialized my recycler view and recycler adapter, and then in the onCreate method we have the recycler view that is equal to find view by ID r.id.recycler view. Then we are initializing our recycler adapter, and then we are setting the adapter to our recycler view, and then we are calling init movies, and then we are initializing a list of Marvel movies, and then finally we are calling recycler view recycler adapter dot update movie list. And this method is inside our recycler adapter class which updates the movie list inside our recycler adapter. And as you can see that this recycler adapter is a very basic recycler adapter. It has typical methods, that is the onCreate view holder to create a new view holder, then onBind view holder and get item count. And this my view holder class has only this constructor here, that is my view holder constructor, in which we are finding the text view and the image button. And then we have another method here inside the my view holder class which binds the recycler row, and this method, that is bind view, is called from onBind view holder using holder.bindView and movie list.get at position something. So this is a very basic recycler view, and I hope that you all know. And still I'm telling you that if you don't know that how to create a recycler view, then you can watch my video about recycler view. I'll provide the link in the description as well. So now let's see that how do we create this pop-up menu, that is this pop-up menu. So firstly what we need to do, we need to create a menu resource file for the items inside our menu. So since here we have two items, that is edit and delete, so let's create a resource directory for our menu, and then we'll create our pop-up menu. So now here, firstly let's go to our resource folder, and we'll right click here and we click new Android resource directory, and the resource type would be menu like this, and let's click on OK. And now we have this resource directory, and now inside this menu directory we'll create our pop-up menu. So new menu resource file, and the menu name would be pop-up menu.xml. So pop-up underscore menu dot or pop-up underscore menu, and now let's click on OK here. And now we have this menu here, and now here we want two items, that is the edit and the delete item. So let me drag an item 1 here, and now let me drag another item here, and now let's go to the top item here, and let's provide it an ID of action pop-up underscore edit, and the title would be edit. And now let's go to the second item here, and the ID would be action underscore pop-up underscore delete, and the title would be delete. So this is the menu that is created here with two items, that is the edit item and the delete item. So now we do not require this file anymore open here anymore. So let's close this, and let's close this also, and let's also close the recycler row here, and let's also close the main activity here, and let's also close the activity main.xml file here. And now inside this recycler adapter class, what we want to do, we want to set an on-click listener to this image button here. So inside the constructor of this my view holder, we'll set an on-click listener to this image button. So what we'll do, image button dot set on-click listener, and the on-click listener we'll pass in this here for this class, and then we'll implement this on-click listener, that is the view on-click listener, inside our my view holder class. So it implements view dot on-click listener like this, and then we'll press Alt and Enter to implement the method that is on-click. So now whenever someone clicks this button, this method would be triggered, that is on-click. So what we can do, we can simply log it inside our console. So log D, and then we'll simply get the adapter position at which the item was clicked. And for this tag, let me provide this tag at the top of this my view holder class, log T, like this. So now let's run this application and let's see that what do we have till now. So basically we'll be getting the log statements. So let's go back here. So let's click here, nothing happens, nothing happens. So let's go back inside our Android Studio and let's open the logcat here. And here we see that we are getting this as log statements, that is on click 1 and on click 3. So this is working. So now what we want to do, we want to show the pop-up menu. So let's create a method here, that is a private method. So private void show pop-up menu, and here we'll pass in the view. So view and view, and we are passing this view because we need the menu to be tied to this view, that is on which the click event happened. So simply from this method, that is on click view, we can call this method, that is show pop-up menu. So we can simply say show pop-up menu, and we can pass in the view here that we are getting as a parameter inside this on click method like this. And we can remove this log statement from here. And now to create a pop-up menu, what do we need to do? We can create a pop-up menu like this. So pop-up menu, and we are using this pop-up menu, that is androidx.appcompat.widget, and not this one here. So we can use this pop-up menu. So pop-up menu equal to new pop-up menu, and here the first parameter is the context, and the context we can get from the view. So like this, view.getContext, and the second argument is the view itself, like this. So let me increase the font size a little bit. And now here we want to inflate our menu, that is this pop-up menu, that is this pop-up menu.xml file which we created. So we can do it like this. So pop-up menu.inflate, and here we can pass in the resource directory or resource file. So r.menu.popup menu. And now we want to show this menu. So pop-up menu.show. So now let's run this application and let's see that if we are able to see the pop-up menu inside our activity. So if we click here, we are able to see the pop-up menu here, and if we click here, we are again seeing the pop-up menu. And the reason for passing the view here, that is from inside this on-click method here, we are passing show pop-up menu and we are passing the view here, and that is because this pop-up menu needs to be tied to a view, and this image button is itself a view, so the pop-up menu is tied to this button here, and therefore we are seeing this menu at the bottom of this image view. And if we click here, then this menu is automatically presented at the top of this image button here, that is this view here. So that was the reason of passing in the view there. So now let's handle the click events on these items. So for that, before showing the pop-up menu, what we'll do, we'll set an on menu item click listener for this pop-up menu. So pop-up menu dot set on menu item click listener, and again for the listener we'll pass in this because we'll implement the listener inside our my view holder class. So let's implement it like this. So we can simply press Alt and Enter and make my view holder implement androidx.appcompat.widget.popupmenu.onMenu item click listener. So we can do it like this, and now it asks us to implement the method that is on menu item click. So let's click on OK here. So now if we go here inside our my view holder class, so we see that it implements this thing here, that is pop-up menu.onMenu item click listener. And we have this method here, that is on menu item click. So from inside this method here, what we can do, we can switch to the item ID. So we can use a switch statement, switch item.getItemID, and then we can pass in our cases here. So case 1 would be r.id.action popup edit, and we can simply return true from here, and this true means that we have handled this case. And then we have another case, that is r.id.action popup delete, and again we can return true from here, that is we have handled the case of delete action. And then for the default action we can simply return false like this, that is the case was not handled. So we can delete the return false from there. And now inside this thing here we can simply make a log statements here. So log d on menu item click. So let me copy this log statement from here and let me paste it here inside the on popup delete, and here we can simply copy and paste it here, and for the delete we can simply paste it here. And now everything is almost done. So now let's run our application, and let's go back here, and let's also open the Android Studio there, so we can see what are we getting here. So now if we click here and if we click on delete here, we see that we are getting this thing here, that is action popup edit. And now if we click here and if we click delete, we are getting action popup delete. But now how do we get that which item position was clicked? So that is very simple to do. We can simply say at position, and we can simply get the position using get adapter position like this. And now in the delete also we can simply say at position, and then we can simply get the adapter position, that is the current adapter position on which the click happened. So now let's run this application again, and let's open our emulator, and let me pull it to the side. So now let's click here and let's click on edit. We see that action popup edit happened at position 0. And now if we click here and if we click on delete, we see that we are getting this thing here, that is action popup delete at position 7, and so on and so forth. So guys, that's how you create a pop-up menu inside your recycler view. So that's all about this video. So if you have liked the video, do hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to my channel. And if you want, you can support me on patreon.com. I'll provide the link in the description below. So thank you, bye bye, tata, take care and have a good day.